Hey everybody, we're going to take a look today at Chapter 10, Section 4, Zero and Negative Exponents. What I'd like for you to do is go ahead and do 1, 2, and 3 on your warm-ups. Hit pause and play when you are ready to check your work. All right, number 1, you should have had 5 cubed. 2 would be 2 cubed, and n, or a 3, would be n to the 10th power. All right, I want to review with you a little bit about positive exponents. So if I have 2 to the third, that's 2 times 2 times 2, which gives us 8. 2 squared is 4. Remember, 2 to the first, that's just saying 1, 2, so you've got 2. Now, if we take a look at really what we're doing here, if you think about it, going from here to here, we're dividing by 2. Here to here, dividing by 2 because it's 1 less power. Now let's keep that pattern up. So 2 divided by 2 gives me 1. 1 divided by 2 gives me 1/2. 1/2 divided by 2 gives me 1/4. And you'll note when we divide by 2 again, I end up with 1/8. Now I can take it the other way too. So the inverse. So from here to here, we're multiplying by 2. Here to here, multiplying by 2. Here to here, multiplying by 2. Because we're looking at a base of 2. Now look at what happens here. So when I have something to the 0 power, I end up with an answer of 1. 2 to the negative first, look at that. Reciprocal. 2 to the negative 2, reciprocal. 2 to the negative third, reciprocal. So a negative exponent turns your fraction or turns your number into a reciprocal. 2 cubed is 8, but since it's a negative exponent, it's actually 1/8. So what did we do here? So for 0 exponents, for any non-zero number a to the 0 is 1. The power of 0 to 0 is undefined, kind of like dividing by 0. So anything to the 0 power will always be 1. So 2 to the 0 is 1. A to the 0, so any number to the 0 power will also be 1. Well, let's take a look at these negative exponents. What happened here? For any integer n and any non-zero number a to the negative n is the reciprocal of a to the n. So what am I saying? So 2 to the negative third is the reciprocal, which in this case would be 1/8. So algebraically, if I have a to the negative n, that's 1 over a to the n. So let's take a look at some examples here. So I have 3 to the negative 4, which the reciprocal would be 3 to the 4th power, and 3 to the 4th power is 81. Now we have the same base here, which means I have negative 8 and 5/10. So we're going to add our exponents. So I have negative 8 and 5/10 to the 0 power, which is 1. Now here we're dividing. So I have 2 to the 6 minus 8, which gives me 2 to the negative 2, which is 1 over 2 squared, or 1/4. Go ahead and try on your own 1 through 6. Hit pause and play when you are ready. Let's check how you did. So for 1, you should have ended up with 1/16. For 2, be careful because we still have a negative 2, which means we have negative 1/32. For 3, we end up with an answer of 1. For 4, again, watch your negatives. So I have negative 1/3. For 5, I have 1 over 5 cubed, which is 1 over 125. Then for 6, we end up with all of that work with a 1. So let's take a look here at example 2, simplify an expression. So I have negative 5x to the 0. Now, this 0 is only referring to that x. So x to the 0 power is 1, which means I have negative 5 times 1. So my answer here is negative 5. Now, I've got a y to the negative 3 and y to the 5th. So I've got 9y to the negative 3 minus 5, which gives me 9y to the negative 8. Now, here's where you need to be careful because this negative 8 is referring to that y, not the 9. So I have 9 over y to the 8. All right, go ahead and do on your own 7, 8, and 9. When you're done, hit pause and play when you are ready. All right, for on your own number 7, you should have ended up with 8 over x squared. For 8, you should have ended up with 1 over b to the 10th because we're finding the reciprocal here. So it's really b over 1, which would give us the 1 over b to the 10th. And then 9, we end up with 1 over 15x cubed. All right, a drop of water leaks from a faucet every second. How many liters of water leak from the faucet in 1 hour? Well, we got to figure out how many seconds are in an hour. So let's see, I've got 1 hour times 60 minutes over 1 hour times 60 seconds over 1 minute. So those cancel out, these cancel out, leaving me with 3,600 seconds. All right, now that I have that, I can figure out how many liters we have here. So that's 3,600 times 50 to the negative 2, which is 3,600 times 1 over 50 squared, which equals 3,600 times 1 over 2,500, which gives me 3,600 over 2,500, which is 1 in 4,400 liters. All right, number 10, try that on your own. Hit pause and play when you are ready. All right, let's see how you did. So 3,600 times 5 to the negative 5th gives us 1 and 152 thousandths liters. Have a great day.